Hello and welcome back to Fallout New Vegas Honest Hearts on Nyxus Gaming.
That
Last time we were here,
dumbass thing always
we
knows where the
gathered
growth is,
some
huh?
supplies
Even
to
if the
take over
plants
to
and trees
Daniel, who leads the Sorrows here. Joshua Graham himself asked us to do it. Now that we're here, we're going to talk to the man Daniel himself.
The dead horse has told me details about the attack on your caravan. A stranger's sympathy might not count for much, but for what it's worth, I'm sorry. The Sorrows will mourn your friends too. They mourn everyone, even the Whitelegs. They have sensitive souls. Innocent, if there is such a thing. In spite of what's happened, I hope that Joshua and I can help you out of here. But to be frank, we need your help too.
What do you do here?
I used to help the Sorrows with various medical problems and general issues they were having, but my bishop sent me here as a missionary. We New Canaanites believe that there is a path to salvation for everyone, and it's important that we set people on that path if they are willing.
Said you used to help the Sorrows with problems. What do you do now?
I'm trying to make amends for allowing our problem to become their problem. The New Canaanites, I mean. The Whitelegs have always fought with us. And with Joshua returning, Caesar has motivated the Whitelegs to stamp out the New Canaanites entirely. That means the tribes we work with, too. It's already happened. I just want to prevent something terrible from happening to the Sorrows.
Has this happened before?
Yes, but not just Whitelegs. Raiders, too. Prospectors, slavers. Anyone who thinks they can exploit the ignorant and the innocent. We lost the Tar Walkers and the Crazy Horns. We did our best, but we made mistakes. We paid for them, but they paid more. I'd like to get out from under that debt someday. Until then, it's enough to stop ourselves from getting deeper in the hole.
Well, the Whitelegs are here already. What's your plan?
To remove the Sorrows from harm's way. I have to give credit to the Whitelegs for finding their way here. Though I imagine many died in the process. But they can't follow us east. Not into the Grand Staircase. They don't know how to live off the land. We head there, we can find some safety. Of course.
Alright, well, why are you so eager to evacuate? You don't seem to be a pacifist. You have a gun on your back.
There's an old saying that goes, if you want peace, get ready for war. You've got me figured half right. I'll shoot dead any Whiteleg that tries to creep into this camp. But it's only to protect the Sorrows. The Lord helps those who help themselves. But the Sorrows don't know how. Joshua and I do. Since I got them into this mess, I need to get them out.
Well, you're right to leave, but, I don't think you should kill any of them.
You're free to hold that opinion. But you're not responsible for these people. If I have to kill to prevent their blood from being spilled, so be it.
It only leads to more violence.
Try walking alongside a tribal child, a refugee, and holding her hand for 3 days because her parents were killed by NCR prospectors. After the prospectors have stalked the remainder of the tribe, they fire off a few shots to scare them, and the tribe bunches together for safety. A grenade comes rolling in and kills another 6 people. The only reason you survive is because someone else's body absorbed the shrapnel. You're left sprawled out on the ground with ringing in your ears and a little girl's hand in your hand because that's all that's left of her. After you've done that, if you can look me in the eye and tell me it's better to stand aside, maybe then I'll listen to you.
Well, what do you know of the Whitelegs?
They're hateful savages who live only to plunder and destroy. Their leader is a devil called Salt Upon Wounds. War is all he knows. Everything he has, everything that tribe has, was taken by force, raiding, and scavenging. It's said there's no man deadlier at close range. That power fist of his has smashed 100 skulls. Maybe that's true, but so what? It's a low form of leadership. A tribe that knows only war has no future. And so he'll lead them to Caesar.
What do you know about the father in the caves?
Father in... Oh, right. He's some spirit the Sorrows used to believe in. Watched over them from the caves in the valley. They marked some of the caves around here because they think they'll be punished for going inside. I think as more of them learn the teachings of the new Canaanites, they'll lose their old superstitions.
You might want to have a chat with them. They think your Lord and the Father are the same.
Oh? Oh. Of course. How stupid of me. They probably also think Mary is the mother and Jesus is the child. No wonder they picked up on things so easily. I guess it just goes to show how difficult it is to communicate sometimes.
Well, Joshua told me you needed a few things. I think this is everything.
Well, I'll be. I was starting to lose hope we'd be able to get any of this, much less all of it. Tribals are smart, but, well, they're ignorant. Letting go of a taboo is difficult for them. So I knew it would have to be one of us. Turns out all it took was a Gentile, or, no offense. These supplies are a godsend. But if we're going to evacuate Zion without drawing more white leg attention, I need you to go back into the valley. Specifically, I need you to scout out some locations for white legs and try to recover a map of Grand Staircase, a wilderness area to the east. There's also the matter of the roads. We're going to be heading out of the east side of the park, but I'm not sure the way is clear.
Anything to help. I'll do what I can.
I appreciate the enthusiasm. There aren't a lot of people in the wasteland with kindness to spare for anyone who isn't kin. Since you've been poking around the valley, you might see more activity from the Whitelegs. One of the Sorrow's hunters, Waking Cloud, has volunteered to help guide you through the valley. She has a special talent for staying out of sight. After this, it's just a matter of getting everyone out of here safe and sound. And hopefully you can head back to the Mojave without any more trouble.
Alright, well, we have some pre-war mining explosives and a special detonator, and they can collapse certain caves.
Well, here we part ways. I'm needed back at the Dead Horses camp. Maybe I'll see you there sometime.
Are you sure? You've been useful so far, constantly interrupting me.
Sorry. Joshua was pretty clear. Get you to Daniel, then come on home. You can take it up with him if you'd like.
Alright, well, give my regards to Joshua then.
I will. Good gunning, Akis.
So he heads back to the Dead Horses camp. We got more quests here to do for the next part of the main quest line. It's going to be similar to the last one, just doing a few different objectives for a blanket quest. But let's go get Waking Cloud now, see if we can find her. I have no idea where exactly she is in here. I'm guessing she's still back towards the beginning of the area. And as I said last episode, after we get her, we're going to work on her and Follows Chalk's companion quests. This is her now.
Daniel said that I was to travel with you until you have completed your scouting. Is this pleasing to you?
Sure. Sounds good.
Certainly. We should make haste then.
Alright. So, first off, let's head back to the Dead Horses camp. Right, you can't fast travel while you're in any of the camps. I forgot about that part. It's nothing too serious though. We'll just walk on out and fast travel outside of it. It takes these locations as like an internal area, kind of. If you look on the map, you can kind of see where it's sectioned off here. It's sectioned off over here. And it's sectioned off over here. That's actually the White Legs area that I don't think we'll really be going into at all. We have a visitor here, though.
By the rivers of Babylon, there we sat down. Yea, we wept, when we remembered Zion. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it even to the foundation. O daughter of Babylon, who ought to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones. Do you know what it means?
Means you don't want to leave Zion. You'd rather kill every last one of the white legs.
Given those two choices, yes. In the best of all possible worlds, they would just leave us in peace. But they won't. I don't enjoy killing, but when done righteously, it's just a chore, like any other. Practiced hands make for short work, and the good Lord knows there's much to be done here.
I mean, it's gotten pretty dark. What was that about? Happy dashing the little ones?
Happy are those who do the work of the Lord. Zion belongs to God and the people of God. It is a natural temple and monument to his glory. When our Lord entered the temple and found it polluted by money changers and beasts, did he ask them to leave? Did he cry? Did he simply walk away? No. He drove them out. It is one thing to forgive a slap across my cheek, but an insult to the Lord requires... No. It demands correction.
Fair enough, I guess.
I and the dead horses are prepared to do what must be done to protect Zion from the Whitelegs. And though Daniel won't accept it yet, there are many sorrows who are also prepared. They may not be warriors, but this is their home. If you have a chance to speak with Daniel about this, ask him to consider defending Zion instead of abandoning it. He has good intentions, but I fear that if we evacuate the sorrows from this place, it will be lost to them, and us, forever.
Alright, so it seems he wants us to fight the Whitelegs, which, we might do. We might just go with the evacuation plan. It'll be up in the air until we get there. Let's go ahead and fast travel now to the dead horses. Talk to Follows Chalk.
Good job getting those supplies to Daniel. If you were a dead horse, you'd get a tattoo for that.
What's this obsession you seem to have with civilization?
Let me tell you a story. When I was a boy, a man came through the valley with one of the caravans. Tall man, big mustache, carried a guitar. I asked what he did for his living, and the interpreter told me he was a singer. What is that? I asked. The man explained that he went from place to place and sang for people, who gave him food and shelter and care in return. I couldn't believe that there was a place in this world where a man could do that. I promised myself then that one day I'd explore that world myself.
I know that guy. I got him a job.
A job as a singer? Then it really is true.
So, the guy is actually the Lonesome Drifter, or whatever, from, the Talent Pool quest. We, got him to sing at the Tops Casino. But, what does Joshua think of this?
I haven't told him yet. Never had the Growans.
Maybe I could talk to him about it for you. Be a neutral party.
You'd do that? Sure. Sounds smart to me. He might not get so mad at you. Go with fortune, friend.
So now we have his quest to talk to Joshua and about him going and seeing some civilization. It seems Joshua is... Where is Joshua? Is he still way over there? Oh my god, he's still way over there. I'm gonna fast travel over and he's gonna have walked back. No, he's still here. Oh, he's just spending some time with his friend Daniel, I guess. Both probably reading the Bible, yep. That's looks like what they're reading.
Welcome back. What can I do for you?
Follows Chalk seems like he's interested in seeing more of the world.
I thought he might. It's been some time since I've visited civilized places. I don't have fond memories of them. But I have always seen these places from the outside. I'd rather not influence him more than I already do. Why don't you talk to him?
Alright, well, you know, that means I'm gonna encourage him to leave, right?
Follows Chalk needs more guidance in his life. Just not from me.
Do you know anything of Salt Upon Wounds? I can't remember if I asked you that.
He's a butcher. Believe me, I know the godless fire that burns in his heart. I've been burned by it myself. He's not the kind to let his subordinates do all the killing. No, he likes to have a hand in it, that spear of his. He's fashioned himself an abomination before the eyes of the Lord. I'm happy to serve as an instrument of divine justice.
Alright, well, can I ask you personal stuff now?
It's not something I enjoy, but I pray to God that someone may learn from my mistakes. What would you like to know?
Are you in a lot of pain? Is there anything I can do to help?
You are kind to offer, but no, there's nothing you can do. We don't use chems, but I learned long ago that I'm immune to their effects. It never stops burning. My skin. Every day I have to unwind the bandages and replace them with fresh ones. Exposing my body to the air is like living through it again. But it's better to be clean than comfortable.
Ah,
It's not something...
were you always with New Canaan?
I was born in Ogden, but people came to call New Canaan. Things were more peaceful when I was growing up. When I was a young man, I went out into the world to do missionary work, as all New Canaanites do. I traveled along the Long 15 and followed 89 south into Arizona. Along the way, I met two men from a group called the Followers of the Apocalypse. Edward Sallow and Bill Calhoun. They came to teach the tribes. Calhoun was a good man. Edward was the one who got us into trouble down the road.
Was one of those men Caesar?
No, not then. Back then he was just Edward. Smart man. Young, but we all were. We thought we could hike into the Grand Canyon and talk to Blackfoots. We did. And the Blackfoots were friendly enough at first. But eventually... I've thought back to that day so many times. I must have mistranslated. Something must have been mixed up, because the Blackfoots decided we weren't going to leave. The rest is history, assuming Edward hasn't changed it.
How did you end up as a legate?
This way lies the path to hell. Caesar needed me to translate. Translation became giving orders. Giving orders became leading in battle. Leading in battle became training, punishing, terrorizing. A series of small mistakes before a great fall. And I stayed in that darkness until after Hoover Dam. After I failed Caesar and he had me burned alive, thrown into the Grand Canyon.
How did you survive?
I survived because the fire inside burned brighter than the fire around me. I fell down into that dark chasm. The flame burned on and on. The next morning, I woke up and crawled out of the northern edge of the Grand Canyon, that cursed place. It took me 3 months to reach New Canaan. It was as though the prodigal son had returned. They welcomed me like I had never left. Never done anything to shame them. The fire that had kept me alive was love. Their love. God's love. I will never be able to repay the debt I owe to them. But I must try.
Alright, well, what do you know about the war?
I try not to involve myself with matters of the Mojave anymore. All I know is from before the Battle of Hoover Dam.
What do you think of the NCR?
Better than Caesar, but that's not a high standard. Too much love of money and ownership. Not enough love of God and giving. Any society that derives its power and authority from the will of man alone lives apart from God and will crumble in the end.
Do you know anything about Mr. House?
I had heard of him, but when we were preparing to enter the Mojave, he didn't seem relevant to what was happening. From what I've learned since Hoover Dam, he handled the Mojave tribes in a fashion not entirely dissimilar from Caesar. It's too bad.
And I think there's one more. I'm guessing you don't like Caesar very much.
Love the sinner, hate the sin. With Caesar, it's often very difficult to see through all of that sin to the person inside. I can say that we were both lucky that NCR supply lines and land routes north of Mojave Outpost were destroyed before the Battle of Hoover Dam. Something bad happened near Death Valley, at a place called the Divide. NCR couldn't cut across anymore, and it slowed down the reinforcements. Terrible storms ripped entire companies apart before they even got to Nevada soil. The aftermath of Hoover Dam could have been even worse for Caesar.
What's at the Divide?
I don't know for certain, and I don't think NCR knows either. Whatever happened at the Divide was too much for them to handle. Our Frumentari told us what they saw. Only fools and madmen would march into a place like that. All roads wind down to the same spot, the grave. They said all that's left there is a gaping wound cut into the earth, cursed and damned. No place for God-fearing folk.
Alright, well, we get a little bit of foreshadowing there of the Divide, a location we'll actually be visiting in the final DLC we do. But for now, let's head back to the Dead Horses camp and let Follows Shock know what he said.
What can I tell you?
I talked to Joshua about your thoughts.
Yeah? What did he say?
He said he has a hard time being objective about the whole idea, and that I should give you advice. You can lie to him here, and it doesn't really change the outcome at all. I think you just get a karma loss for doing it.
He said that? Well, I guess you have been out there more recently than he has. So, what's your advice?
Civilization isn't perfect, but neither is tribal life. You should go see it for yourself.
Really? You think so? Whew! I'm going to do it. After all this is over, I'm going to go explore civilization. Dankney, Akis, I never would have had the Growans to ask him myself.
And that completes his companion quest. Next up, we're gonna work on that Rite of Passage quest. We need to talk to Whitebird the Shaman back in the Dead Horses camp. Also, it appears I didn't discover the Caterpillar Mound the second time through. So we'll have to take the long way back out, sadly. It also would have helped if I discovered Whitebird's cave back there while I was talking to Daniel. So I got a little bit of walking to do because I never discovered those locations, but oh well. Out of the two companions, I think I definitely like Follows Chalk better. Plus he has the added perk of discovering those locations for you if you go to a high point. Which is nice, definitely nice. I think her perk is something that gives you extra stealth or something else. I don't know, I never really used it. You know I'm not a stealthy guy, so I just never really got interested in that. This is Whitebird's cave here. He should be just in here, yep.
Hola, outsider. Welcome, child of omens. You come to receive visions of truth?
I don't know what that means.
Seek medicine plant. Return with sacred datura root. Receive visions of truth. They guide you.
Okay then. I guess I'll just go then.
Go. Return, maybe yes. Return, maybe no. But go.
Alright, so I forgot I needed some more plants. You need the banana yucca for that first quest. Or the bighorners, that's what I'm trying to say. But you need datura root for the Rite of Passage quest. So I'm gonna take a look around here. They should be around the river here. Might have to climb up top to find them. Let's go ahead and I guess take the upper path here. Can I get up there from here? Hopefully. Oh, where am I going? That's where I'm trying to go. So we need some sacred datura roots. We got some dead guys here. This is Half Mouse Cave. I wasn't trying to discover that. That's more banana yucca. Alright, so I'm a little lost here on where to find these. Maybe this is the upper route here. Go up this little ramp here. I can definitely go up that ramp here. Alright, walk across here. Should be one like right back here somewhere. Hopefully. Is it on the other side here? There we go, there's one. We need 3 of them. Looks like they have domesticated geckos here. That's kind of cool. I don't think I've ever noticed that before. But continuing along here, I think our next one is up ahead. We're going to be discovering a few different caves on our way. Probably won't go into them all, but they're nice to have here. Is this one dropped down here? This is Stonebones Cave. Here's another one. And we got one more on our map over here. Cut across the bridge one more time. Should be right around here somewhere. There it is. And we got more peaceful geckos here. That's interesting. But those are the 3 routes that we needed. Let's travel back to Whitebirds.
You have root of sacred datura?
Have it right here.
These roots make sacred vision tea. You drink, you see path before you. Ready?
Alright, let's do this.
Drink. Tea is strong. Tea is bitter. Wisdom is strong. Wisdom is bitter. You see? You go to cave. Find ghost of she. Lay ghost to rest. This your quest. Bring peace where was strife. Go.
Alright, and right away we see that we basically just took some drugs there. We need to go fight Ghost of She right over here. Probably fastest to go to the Sorrows Fort campground here, since we don't have the caterpillar mound over there discovered. This is one of the more difficult fights in the DLC. I'll warn you about that. How do we want to get up here? I think we want to climb up this hill here. But yeah, this is one of the more difficult fights, just so you're aware. You have to do it while under the influence, which makes it a little harder. Can I get up here? Probably not even going the right way by going up here, but it works, I guess. We got some more geckos down there that we're avoiding at least. And it's gonna be right around this corner here. We got a bunch of red on our map here. Or some Yao Guai. Oh my, hello. Alright, so we got quite a few Yao Guai there. None of them are the one we're looking for though. We want to head a little further in here.
I was never brave enough to try to find it.
And as we walk in, the drugs hit one more time, and it is a flaming Yao Guai here. In the middle of the fight, it splits into like 3 or 4 of them. Of course, that's just the chems, the drugs that you took. But when you're here, go ahead and take the paw.
At least that means I'm still alive.
And the chems, the drugs should wear off here in a second. You see a bunch of bones here all around. I guess it's not wearing off. I thought there was a thing where you saw like the child's, a body of a small child that was, I guess, possessing the bear or something. I can't remember. That's the kind of idea though, that something was possessing the bear and you've just freed that spirit. But anyway, we got the paw. Let's go ahead and talk to Whitebird again.
Does Ghost of She lie quiet in grave?
It lies quiet on the ground.
Then visions of truth are at an end. Will you learn from truth? Maybe yes, maybe no. Only for you to decide. Here, take. Gift to remind you of visions. Use well, or sell to curious trader. Either way, says much about you.
Alright, so we got a level up from that. We'll just go ahead and keep leveling up our stuff here. And we have Ghost of She's Paw as a weapon now. It is a She's Embrace. Now, I don't know if there was other stuff you could talk to him about. If it was, I missed it because I can't do it now. But let's see if we can do her companion quest now.
Katubiu.
Do you have any family?
I do. A fine husband and 3 children. I miss them each day, but I take comfort in knowing they are safe.
Where are they?
When we learned that Salt Upon Wounds had defiled Zion with his presence, Daniel ordered the children, the old, and the sick evacuated from the camp. My husband volunteered to lead the hunters that went with them for protection. I try not to worry about them. But we have had no news for so long, and Daniel seems sad when I ask him about it. Sad and a little frightened.
Well, I could talk to him. Maybe he'll open up to me.
Perhaps he will. I sometimes feel he thinks he must protect me. If he has news, I would know of it.
Alright, so just like follows Chalk, we now have to go talk to Daniel for her companion quest. Now, I don't know where Daniel has run off to now. We're probably gonna have to go find him. If I had to guess, he's still sitting in that same spot with Joshua Graham. And I can't remember exactly where that spot was, but we'll just follow the quest marker. We should get there pretty quickly. We'll do this companion quest, and we'll probably end the episode there. Next episode, we're gonna get back to the main quest line, do what Daniel wanted us to do. And we're actually almost done with Honest Hearts after that. There's only one more big section to do, and that's pretty much it. It's a short, easy, nice DLC with a great area to explore. Here we go.
I'm glad to see you're still with us. How can I help you?
Tell me about Waking Cloud's family.
What do you want to know exactly? I'm sure she could tell you much better than I.
She said one of her births was difficult and you helped her through it.
Oh, well, that's true. Waking Cloud is a talented midwife. She certainly brought more children into the world than I have. But there are some problems she's never dealt with. One of them came up when she was having her 3rd child, and I really didn't do much. I'm surprised she mentioned it.
Well, she also told me that you helped the rest of her family leave Zion.
I did.
Well, what's the matter? Did something happen?
Her 3 children are safe. They made it north weeks ago and met up with new Canaanites heading east. Her husband didn't make it. He died protecting their children from a white leg attack. Do not tell Waking Cloud. She is one of the only Sorrows who can communicate easily with us, and her tribe needs her to be strong right now.
I mean, she probably has a right to know.
To everything, there is a season. Who are you or I to put this heavy burden on her now?
You're the new Canaanite who's supposed to help lead them, not hide things from them.
I know, you're right. I shouldn't have hidden it from her in the first place. We can't fail here again. Zion can't become the next New Canaan. The Sorrows don't deserve that. They don't deserve any of this. Sometimes I look at them and wonder if they would have been better off if those old trails had stayed forgotten. If we had never found any of them. Tell Waking Cloud if you think that's best. I won't stop you.
Alright, so let's go ahead and tell Waking Cloud. She has a right to know.
Katubiu.
About your husband. He was killed by the Whitelegs during the evacuation.
What? No. You must be mistaken. Daniel would have told me.
He kept it from you because he thought the grief would distract you.
How dare he? What gives him the right? I thought Daniel was my friend, but he cares nothing for the Sorrows.
He was only doing what he thought was best for the tribe. It wasn't easy for him.
Perhaps. I will have to have a very long talk with Daniel when all of this is over. Thank you for telling me this truth.
And that does her quest there. I know it seems like a bad ending, but you'll see in the ending slides that it all turns out alright. And with that...
that seem to hunger for human flesh. Where they come from,
Shh, I'm talking here. I'm talking. But anyways, I think that ends off this episode here. Like I said, next time we're going to get back into the main quest line. And I will see you guys then. Have a great day. Bye-bye.